Hi, this is Asa, and welcome to my audio experience. That's what the show's all about. It's about you. It's about your life. It's about your health. It's about making better choices. It's about being a better you. Anne from Maine sent us an email. Says, my 15-year-old granddaughter, recently started experiencing stomach pain after eating, also a headache and low-grade fever and lethargy. Her face broke out with bumps all over, and allergy testing showed all kinds of stuff. Surely you can help. Thanks so much. Love your program. Thanks so much, Anne. You're awesome. Well, I can tell you this, that here's where you got to back up. A lot of times we look at conditions like a tree, and we get out into the branches of the tree, and we want the branches to be pretty, and the fruit or whatever, the little acorns that are on the tree, all that to be neat and tidy, and the leaves and all that, not to have weird branches sticking out everywhere. Want it all nice and tidy, right? Nobody ever wants to dig a hole underneath the ground and look at the root system of that tree. Maybe there's a reason that those branches are all jacked up, because you got to look down in the ground and see what's going on in the root system. So that a lot of times is what happens in the body. We look at the symptoms, which is what's staring us in the face, and we don't go 3 steps back and look underneath of what's really going on. That's how you figure it out, okay? So with what's happening here, stomach pain after eating, also headache, low-grade fever, lethargy, face broke out with bumps, allergy testing shows all kinds of stuff. Okay. First, you got to step back and say, okay, what's creating the inflammation in the body? What's happening in the gut? The gut is the second brain. It is the microbiome, which is the environment of the gut. Are there things like yeast, fungal issues, heavy metals, histamines? Are there things in there that need to be cleared? What's causing the low-grade fever and the lethargy? Is there a virus or bacteria? You got to rule that out. Got to figure that out. Is there something like hormonal going on? I mean, she's 15. Is there something that's off in that way? Could be. Bumps all over her face? Probably more gut related than anything. But I would get some testing done. I mean, allergy testing, I know, showed all kinds of stuff. The thing I don't like about allergy testing, until you get the gut healthy, if there's all kinds of histamine going on in the gut, then you do an allergy test. Well, of course, it's going to show you're like allergic to 85 different foods. You can eat like, the doc's going to tell you, okay, you can have blackberries, you can have salmon and almonds. And that's it. That's your diet, because you're allergic to everything else, which is not true. It's not true. If you got a bunch of histamine going on in the body, of course you're going to be allergic to everything. So you got to get the gut healed up first and get it settled down and cleared up, and then you can test for those other things. But so that really doesn't tell me much, okay? But when you got a face broke out with bumps all over the face and all that, that usually is an indicator of what's going on in the gut. So I would get that checked out. I would get a good assessment done of the gut health and get that looked at. Make sure it's balanced at some level and get that checked on, and then you can go from there. Then you can build a good game plan. But until then, everybody's going to be guessing. So you got to get the gut cleared out, get some lab tests done, figure out what the deficiencies are in the gut itself, and then build an overall game plan. Now, let me know, though, when you get this test done, send me an email or go to the website, get in touch with one of our providers and let us know. That'll be great. Okay. Thanks so much for that email. 888-283-7272. I'm Asa. You're listening to Asa Rx. We're here for you each and every day. Make sure to go to the website. Check out our podcast, the Asa Rx Experience. It's every single day. Download it. Subscribe to it. Get with it, because we're on every platform. We want to be a part of your life every single day, so we can be that voice of encouragement and that voice of reason, so that you can become the best version of you. That is what this whole thing is about. That's why I'm here. That's why I like to show up and help each and every day. Let's get on the phones and go with Matt. Hi, Matt.
If you have a sensitive stomach, can you eat corn on the cob? Thank you very much.
So, the corn on the cob. You know, it just depends. Organic corn, it just depends. There's a debate on that. If it's organic corn, then I'm okay with it. If it's like not organic, I don't know that I am, really. I don't think it's a good idea. One of the things about corn, some people handle it, tolerate it, some people don't. So you have to kind of play around with it and see how your body responds to it. But that's one thing I would look at with corn is not make it a staple. If it's every now and then, it's no big deal. But if it's something you're going to do every single day and make it kind of a normal part of your routine, then yeah, I would kind of pull back on that a little bit. Just see the quality of your food when it comes to vegetables really comes down to the main piece of it. You got to make sure the quality's right. It's got to be good. Quality's got to be good. If the quality's good, then it's all good, right? Then you're good to go. But if it's not, that's where it becomes a little bit of a challenge. So focus on figuring out if the quality of that is good. And if it is, then, experiment with it. If you get tired, if you have any kind of reaction, then you know your body's not doing well with it. But corn, if it's organic, typically, it's got some good benefits to it. But there's other vegetables that are, of course, in a better category. Okay? 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Give us a call or go to the website. Go to asarx.com. Now, just a thought. So technology is here. It's not going away. And whether it's your smartphone or fitness tracker or your smart speaker, everything's smart now, right? Like it was we weren't smart before. But now you got the devices, everything's smart. Makes you smarter, right? So our technology, the question is it making us better? Is it making us healthier? Is it not? Is it getting us to a point where we are in a better place health-wise or not? That's a big debate. And I want to jump into that and talk about that because for the most part, I don't know that we're becoming healthier because of it. I think we're becoming more efficient in speed with how we can get things done. But health, I don't know if it is. I don't really agree that it is. And there's some debates on that. So I want to jump into that because technology is helpful, but I think in a lot of ways it can be harmful. And you got to pick and choose. You definitely have to weather and temper how much time you spend on technology because it's challenging at best with what it can do to your health, and there can be a lot of breakdown with technology and what it can do. So that's what I want to get into and talk about. I want to talk about how technology is impacting our health, and we'll do that in just a moment when we come back. You're listening to Asa Rx. Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to asarx.com and get your free book today.
To find out more, visit the show online, InShapeNetwork.com.
Welcome back to the show, 888-283-7272. I'm Asa, here with you each and every day. This is Asa Rx. All right, so talk technology and health. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Is it helpful? Is it not? Can it be something that benefits us, or is it something that's taken away from us? I think that's a big debate, and that is a question that a lot of people struggle with because too much screen time, we know, can cause fatigue, irritation, blurred vision. I know it's affected me that way. In a lot of ways, it can. So a couple of things on your screens. If you don't know this, I'm going to go ahead and tell you this. But all the screens have like a nighttime mode. So if you can choose, I would put your phone or your tablet on nighttime mode. It cuts out the blue light, okay? But do that all day long. Now, your screen's not going to be as pretty and bright and all that. It doesn't matter. You can still see it. So cut out and put it on airplane or the nighttime mode all day. Okay. Second thing is cut down your screen brightness to about half. It'll save your battery, number one. A little trick a guy taught me. But also it will cut down on how it strains your eyes. And then the other piece that is important on this is if you've got the newer versions, it depends on what kind of phone you use, iPhone, Samsung, or whatever, the droids, as they call it. There's a dark mode. And we've learned that the dark mode, if you use that, it's about 50% better on your eyes than regular. So those are a couple things you can do to cut down on how it strains your eyes and how it fatigues you. But now, you got to keep in mind, it's not just about your eyes getting strained, but it's your nervous system getting strained. So remember, we only have a certain amount of energy every single day. And depending on what you give your energy to, drama, right, arguments or stress or whatever, that pulls a certain amount of energy out of you. Watching TV takes energy out of you, okay? But your screen time, depending on what you watch and listen to and all that, that will pull away from you as well. So you got to be careful, not just what you expose yourself to, what you read, what you watch, all of that kind of thing. But your screen time not only just causes fatigue, but it pulls energy out of you. So keep that in mind. Now, Nick Thompson, who's editor-in-chief at Wired Magazine and also a CBS News contributor, said, if you're measuring the right things in the right ways, technology can help make you healthier. He's talking about smart devices. But again, there's all the different fitness apps. They're really good. I mean, they give us great data. The sleep trackers, how many steps you take a day, how many hours you're sleeping on average. Pretty strong with that. But now researchers are looking at sleep now and how sleep can impact other areas of our life. So they're looking at Alzheimer's and dementia. They're looking at Alzheimer's disease and the risk of developing these diseases by not getting enough sleep and how sleep can really play a role in that. So is technology good? I think it's good. I think that our smart speakers and our phones and our trackers, fitness trackers, they're all good. But I think we need to limit, we need to control, and, like kids shouldn't be on their phones 8 hours a day. Like, that's crazy. Like my daughter says to me the other day, I can't believe you didn't have phones like this when you were a kid. I'm thinking, I can't believe you do. It's like let's go outside. It was like the activity level and the creativity. Where is that? It's about the phone and about the latest TikTok. I mean, really? So it's like the renegade, right? It's like I see kids everywhere dancing and doing the dances and all that. I'm doing it with her, okay? Because I'm being that dad and doing it with her. But the reality is, where's the creativity? Where's climbing a tree? Where's creating a fort outside? Where's riding a skateboard? Where is riding a bike with all your buddies 2 miles down the road and then back? And then where is, struggling to come in because you don't want to come in from outside for dinner and because you're having so much fun playing and being active? Where is all that? I'm going on a tangent. But the reality is it's true that technology, I think, can make us better, but we got to control it. And we have to get to a place where we use it, it doesn't use us. And I'm concerned that as a people, the technology is almost starting to use us. We're getting so enmeshed in it that we're losing a lot. We're going to lose a lot with our health. I really think so. So just be cautious with it. Use it and let it be a part of your life that you can make it better. It can make your life better. Track things, but keep control of your own health by keeping control and governing yourself every single day. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Give us a call. You're listening to Asa Rx. If you haven't got and subscribed to the podcast, it's there every single day. Check out anywhere your favorite podcasts are, and we are there. Asa Rx Experience. All right, let's get on the phones and go to Betty. Hi, Betty.
I was going to ask the leg cramps. What causes leg cramps and what can you do about it?
All right, so with leg cramps, 9 times out of 10, it's a deficiency, a mineral deficiency. Now, it can be potassium, but 90% of the time I would say it's magnesium. So magnesium is responsible for about 300 chemical reactions in the body. We're heavily deficient in magnesium. We don't get enough. We definitely don't get enough from our foods. And it's not because it's not in the food or it doesn't want to be in the food, but in a lot of the fruits and vegetables, our soil is so magnesium depleted that it's just not there. So what does that do? It creates a magnesium deficiency, and that's where the challenges come in and where we have to get to a place where we can increase our magnesium. Now, how do you do that? Well, nuts and seeds normally carry a lot of magnesium, but we're just not getting enough. We're just not. So there's a magnesium blend that is really, really good. I created it, and you can get that different kinds, magnesium oxide and chelate and oxalate and glycinate. You can get all kinds of magnesium in your routine from a supplement. You can buy them all separate. Magnesium malate. I mean, there's all kinds. But the right combination, the right blend is what's going to make the biggest difference. And it's what's going to really get your cells working at the best level. I have found when we use magnesium with people that have leg cramps, restless leg, anything along those lines, that it just works amazing. I mean, it's just amazing. Now, your dosage dependent on your body type, your size, and your weight, and how good your gut absorbs things, that's all important. But the reality is that magnesium typically is the one thing that will affect leg cramping. And it's more than just, people think, oh, I eat a banana. Well, that's potassium. It's not. It's got some magnesium in it, but not much. So you really have to get to a point where you take in the right amount of magnesium, and that with leg cramps can make a big, big difference. And also, have you ever heard of pickle juice, drinking pickle juice, right? And that helps with leg cramps? It does. Why? Because there's a high level of magnesium in the pickle juice. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Give us a call or go to the website. Go to asarx.com. Now, we're going to talk about MS a little bit, multiple sclerosis. And what happens with MS is it's any kind of neurological degenerative health challenge, which is what that is. With MS, they progress over the years. Now, there's a lot of things you can do with MS to keep the symptoms down. But what happens is with MS typically is you start to lose function and ability as time goes on. So one of the things that you want to focus on with MS as time goes on is you always want to keep the stress levels low. That's really important for the person. So you got to keep stress levels in the environment very low and work on keeping their strength high. So that's why resistance training, some level of fitness training, weights, some level of that type of training is really important because it'll help the body fight. And as the body's trying to kind of break down by using the free weights and the resistance type exercise, it'll help push it, make it stronger, and get it better. And that's really what you want to focus in on. You want to make sure the body's getting better, not going the opposite direction, right? So exercise, I would say 5-6 days a week, short amount of time, whatever your doctor says is okay for the level that you are, but it's important. And then also your eating habits. With MS, there's a lot with your diet, a lot with the food preparation and the planning. So with this, one thing we've learned is your proteins are really important, your fats are really important, but here there's a certain protein and a certain sugar, milk sugar, called galactose. So we heard of fructose, we heard of sucrose and dextrose. Well, galactose is the milk sugar. And guess what makes, so in multiple sclerosis, the big breakdown is the covering and the coating around the nerve. It's called the myelin sheath. And that begins to break down and break away. And that's what creates the MS. Well, guess what sugar rebuilds and makes the myelin? It's galactose. So the best form of galactose we find in goat's milk yogurt, goat's milk kefir. All that is really good because the reason it's the best is because it's the closest molecular structure to human mother's milk. Now, cow's milk has it, but it's not in the same form that our body can readily use as well. It's a little bit more of a struggle to break down that type of protein. So I would look into goat's milk. I'd look into the galactose milk sugar. Look at some of that research because with MS, you got to have really good sleep. You got to have low amounts of stress. You got to have a really good eating plan. You got to have great exercise, but you got to eat the right things that can build up the body. Good quality proteins, healthy fats, okay, omega-3, 6, and 9 fatty acids, monounsaturated fats. All that's important to support the nervous system. But look at that one key with galactose. Did you know that you can listen to the Asa Rx audio experience on Spotify and Pandora? For all the ways to watch and listen, check out our show page at asarx.com/experience.
On-Call Radio and watch On-Call TV at InShapeNetwork.com.
Welcome back to the show, 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. What are you struggling with? What's your health challenge? What are you dealing with? Are you struggling with losing weight? Maybe it's diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. Maybe it's depression. And you're trying to figure out what to do. Just know that on this show, we're here for you each and every day. And we want to see you reach your potential, overcome that challenge, and become the best version of yourself. You have a better version in you. Every single day we have that. Every single day you make the choice to be that or not be that, to become better than you were yesterday or worse or more than anything. I think the greatest disease we face is complacency. So you have the ability to grow, to become better, and be better than you were. And that's what I want to push you toward and encourage you toward, to be that version of you so that you can really thrive and you're not just stuck and you really can make it and you can do well. That's what this whole thing is about. Let's get on the phones. I want to talk to Trent. Hi, Trent.
Yes, I have a question. What kind of person eats to bring their magnesium level up to a standard level?
That's a really good question. And I'll tell you, it's a common question. I get that quite a bit. And magnesium is the most, and I mean the most, depleted mineral that we have, okay? And it's really one of the most important ones because it controls over 300 reactions, chemical reactions in the body. So you got to get enough magnesium. And if you don't, matter of fact, it's one of the most efficient things that we see clinically as we coach people and work with our patients and clients. It's amazing how that happens. So you have to get the body to a certain point where you're getting enough magnesium. And it takes time to build up. It's not just like you take magnesium and it's all hunky-dory. Minerals take time to build up in the body. So magnesium is found a lot in nuts and seeds, and it's in a lot of the fruits and vegetables. The dark leafy greens have a lot of magnesium in them. So that's a good place to get it. The challenge is the quality. So it goes back to this. You may be eating fruits and vegetables, and even if they're organic, the soil is so depleted that we're not getting everything we need out of it. So the soil is in such a state that we're not getting everything we need out of it. So we have to really supplementing with magnesium is one of the best ways to go. And that's about the only thing I've really seen that works if somebody has anything going on. If the blood test is too low, or if you just got a position where you can't sleep, because lack of sleep a lot of times is a magnesium deficiency. Like if you can't go to sleep, can't stay asleep, most of the time it's either a neurotransmitter or magnesium. Now we've got a magnesium. If you go to our website, we've got at asarx.com, we've got a whole magnesium complex that I put together, and it's got all the different versions of it. And that's one of the things you got to look at is the kind and the quality of what magnesium is. There's not just one, okay? There's all different kinds of magnesium, the different elements of it. And you got to make sure you're taking it in, that the body can absorb the version that's best for you. That's a big deal. So I would encourage you to look at that first and foremost. Make sure you're getting the right kind, okay? But, yeah, I mean, the blood test will show if your magnesium levels are too high, too low, what you need, what you don't need. All that's important, but it's about getting the right kind of magnesium for what you need and what's going to absorb the best with your body, okay? But keep me posted how that goes. Make sure to go to our website and check it out, asarx.com. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. You know, research is showing us something really cool I saw the other day, and it's about babies. And you know how we always want to be an example, or at least I hope we want to be an example to our kids, and not only just to our kids, but those around us. So being that example to kids is super, super important. Well, guess what they found out? Really, babies are watching. So children around the age of 15 months can become more persistent in pursuing their own goal if they've just seen an adult struggle at a task before succeeding. Now, I think a lot of us just don't, you just want to get things done. Maybe your kids, you feel like your kids might get in the way of you getting a task done, or maybe if you want to get a task done and get it done well and then show them the finished result. But they're saying now that kids will be better at achieving their own goals if they can see the struggle. I mean, that's it right there. Like, we always talk about the struggle's real. We always talk about how, the struggle. Kids thrive on seeing adults. They need to see you sweat. They need to see you struggle. They need to see you push. They need to see, and I'm not so sure that God doesn't allow some of that to happen in our lives so that our kids can learn what that takes, the grit and the passion and the desire and the never give up attitude. Like, kids need to see that. Like, I think it's really important. This is all documented in the Journal of Science. But after seeing an adult solve challenges, babies were shown a felt-covered box that could play music and all that. They were able to test and see. But the bottom line is the effect was much stronger when the child had seen with their own eyes the adult struggle in a task and then succeed in that task, even at 15 months of age. So their capability of understanding and seeing a goal reached. We are so goal-oriented in the way of our DNA that a child at that young can see someone struggle toward a task and see them be successful at that task after the struggle. And it teaches them how to succeed toward a goal. And I think that is so powerful. I've seen it in my own child's life, and it's really, really amazing to watch. But I think it's a great lesson for us. I think it's a great lesson for us. When we're an adult, we still function the same way. Watch someone else in their struggle. That's why we're so drawn to things like these documentaries and these stories and these feel-good stories. When you see someone else struggle and they achieve their goal, make sure that you see that as a model for your own life, that it's not a model of regret. That puts another hour in the charts. I want to thank our producer, Lyle Valentine, Derek Allen, John Garrison, and the rest of the team. Go tell one person something you learned on the show, and together we can transform the health of our friends, our families, and our communities. On behalf of all of us here at Asa Rx, I'm Asa. Reach your potential.
Did you know you could listen to the Asa Rx audio experience on Spotify and Pandora? For all the ways to watch and listen, check out our show page at asarx.com/experience.
Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to asarx.com and get your free book today.
This episode is over, but check episode notes for links to products and services you've heard about on this episode. Thanks for listening and subscribing. Please share the Asa Rx audio experience with others and stay in touch by giving us your comment or review.